What are we doing about this? Well, what's going on? The auto industry recognizes the importance of vehicle compatibility. In 2003, top 10, there are 14 manufacturers made a voluntary commitment. It's one of those, we discussed today, one of those items where either we do it ourselves or someone's going to tell us to do it. So they basically made a voluntary commitment where they're going to, by 2009, every vehicle manufactured by these folks with a gross vehicle weight rating under 10,000 pounds will have energy management systems that match. So cars, trucks, manufactured by 2009, they will have systems that match up. Again, these are some of the opportunities. Again, this is still in progress. They won't see it till the 2009-2010 model year. But there's some estimated reductions of fatality risk for car occupants if involved in a collision with a truck that's compliant with the compatibility agreements. An SUV into a car, front head-on collision, between 18 to 21% reduction of fatality rates in the car for the car occupants. And a pickup into a truck using seatbelts between 9 and 19%. The estimated risk reduction or the opportunity for risk reduction, again, trucks colliding with cars and SUVs colliding with cars. Side impact, again, this one's more difficult. As you all know, there's not a lot of structure in car doors. And there's not as much opportunity for crash zone. Again, SUV into car, they're estimated to 47 to 48% reduction in fatality risk for the occupants of the car, and up to between 1 and 9% for pickup trucks. Now, the point I'd like to make here is that why are we here today? We're talking about vehicles in the future. One thing we don't want to do is we don't want to exacerbate the problem. We don't want to make it worse. We don't want to reduce the effectiveness of these vehicle compatibility initiatives. We want to ensure that whatever we have on the road today certainly won't make the problem any worse. And it's been recognized that vehicle compatibility is a problem with stock vehicles, and whatever, some things that we want to do, obviously, to ensure the safety of the motoring public is that we don't exacerbate the problem. Well, one option that's out there, and it's sort of a best practice. This is a best practice that's being developed by it was developed back in 1982 and then adopted by the Motor Vehicle Manufacturers Association in 1988, which is a year after our regulations, our current provincial regulations came into force. So they don't reflect this currently. That's one of the reasons we're here. We'd like to look at some of the opportunities to enhance road safety in Saskatchewan. Is one thing we'd like to talk about. This chart here, and again, sort of basically it illustrates by gross vehicle weight, right? Gross vehicle weight is the rating assigned to your vehicle on the label of compliance in your door. It is the rating which a vehicle can operate safely and continuously, right? Not this weight. The way to break it up, the 1 ton, so we've got basically 1 ton trucks, they're looking at frame height, bumper heights, 3/4 tons and half tons. The one thing that they've introduced into this regulation back is the frame height concept. And again, this frame height concept, along with the bumper heights, they're introducing it again because of the issues with vehicle compatibility. And one way to basically to look at enhancing vehicle compatibility on Saskatchewan roads. Kind of to wrap it up, regulatory compliance. Canadian Motor Vehicle Safety Standards, according to Transport Canada, are the minimum safety standards that all road vehicles must comply with to provide a safe operating environment for the public and reduce damage to property and the environment. Protects the public against unreasonable risk of crashes occurring as a reduce of vehicle design, construction, and performance. And it also protects the public against unreasonable risk of death or injury in the event the crash does occur. Every vehicle sold in Canada, every new vehicle sold in Canada, and every vehicle imported into Canada, for example, coming through the U.S., through the Registered Imported Vehicle Program, must comply with the Canadian Motor Vehicle Safety Standards. It's a federal requirement. And again, these exist as the minimum standards. And the question, these standards, they regulate some of the items that we talked about and some of the concerns. They regulate braking, tires and rims, fuel system integrity we talked about, and then some of the other items, bumpers, lights, windows, seat belts, occupant restraints, airbags, and obviously crash protection. One of the issues that we discussed is that when modifying some vehicles or raising them, we can actually adversely affect the vehicle's compliance with some of these items, okay? Especially newer vehicles. So it's something we want to keep in mind when we're discussing safety limits or this the maximum allowable limits that we can modify a vehicle. In conclusion, with public safety as our main objective, we're looking for input from you to assist in development of a set of reasonable raised vehicle limits based on the research we discussed here today, taking into consideration the recreational, occupational, and general public interests. Thank you for your time.
Okay, I'd like to do, Karen is over here right now. You guys wouldn't mind staying here with Karen? You guys see where you're all joined, you guys. Sure. Guys, and well, you can decide wherever you want to go. This way or this way, it's your choice. You decide. If you want to take a 1 minute stretch and just grab a drink or something first before we start, that's fine, go ahead. That's great. Okay.